Let's go to New Delhi in India now and catch up with former Foreign Minister Alexander Downer, who joins us from the subcontinent for his regular spot. Good to talk to you, Alexander. I wonder if you can give us your thoughts on the ASEAN Australia meeting in Melbourne this week. It's a pretty significant gathering to get all those leaders in Australia for a meeting, but do you think that anything worthwhile came out of it?
Well, I think, as you say, it's very significant just to have that type of meeting, and it's part of the process which has been going on for decades now of Australia increasingly working successfully with Southeast Asia and with the ASEAN countries. But, you know, they're not going to come out with any startling declarations or any statements, for example, which have real implications for the power balance in the region. That's a matter between America and its allies in China to maintain that power balance in the region. The ASEAN countries will appreciate it, but they won't say much about it. But, you know, a good thing, and it shows Australia is very much in the game in the Indo-Pacific region.
It doesn't help things very much while this is going on to have former Prime Minister Paul Keating lashing out at Penny Wong and suggesting really that even the Labor government is being too tough on China, is not working hard enough for a rapprochement.
Well, I've always said of Paul Keating, he may understand economics, and he's an instinctive economist. He instinctively understands economics, but he has no real feel for or understanding of the Indo-Pacific region, and he doesn't have, of course, a great deal of experience through his life in the region. Look, Penny Wong and the government and the opposition are right. What we need in the Indo-Pacific region is a proper power balance. We need the US, we need its allies, Japan, Australia, Philippines, and so on, all of those, South Korea, those countries working closely together with India, where I am at the moment, to uphold that balance of power, take away the United States, which is what he's saying, allow China to have its way in the region. You'll see the South China Sea become a Chinese lake, Southeast Asia become just a sphere of Chinese influence. There will be vassal states of China. And Taiwan, no doubt, would fall quite quickly as well to the PRC. So Paul Keating's formula is a formula for regional instability, if not disaster.
Just quickly, before I let you go, you would have heard about Mike Burgess, the ASIO boss, talking about a former politician who sold out their country. Should that former politician be named? You, as a former politician, have a stake in this. There's a smear over all of you.
Yes, in principle there is, though this isn't something, of course, that keeps me awake at night. I think it's an extraordinary thing to do for the head of an intelligence agency, and I've dealt with ASIO and ASIS over many, many years, to come out and say there is a former politician who's been, in effect, a spy, but I'm not going to name her or him. I mean, it's an extraordinary thing to do, and it's led to endless speculation as to who it may be. There was no need for him to say that. If he wanted to expose his A team and the behaviour of some undisclosed country, which is presumably China, in trying to get into Australia, he doesn't have to do it through a media release or through the media. There are plenty of other ways he can do that. So I thought it was a very strange thing to do.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us, Alexander. Safe travels. Alexander Downer there live from New Delhi.